This is a Scratch tutorial starting from the beginning about how to get started with Scratch. So this is my new project. You can at any time create a new project by clicking File and then New. Currently it's called Untitled 9. I'm going to give this a name. So I'm going to call this Making Shapes with Scratch. And there's all sorts of various shapes you can make in Scratch by programming your sprite to make a shape. So first things first, I'm going to change my sprite. I'm going to click on my sprite icon and then maybe pick an animal. And then I'm going to choose, I'll have a ladybug. It's a nice top-down view. So you can see I've got two characters. I'm just going to delete my cat for now. So here's my ladybug. I'm going to make him smaller. There we go. And I'm going to move him to this position. You can see when I move my mouse around, these X, Y coordinates change. So to show you what that means, I'm going to pick a different backdrop. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and there's the XY grid backdrop. So you can see here on my stage, there's the X-axis and the Y-axis. So X goes along the bottom, Y goes from top to bottom, or vertical. So over at this end here, it's minus 240 X, and down here, it's minus 180 y. At that point there would be x0, y minus 100. And at this point here, it would be x 200 and y 100. Okay, so you get the idea. When I move my character around, you can see there the different values on the x-y axis. So I'm going to start my character here. Then under Scripts, under Event, when something happens, in this case it's a space bar that's pressed, I'm going to get mine to make a square first of all. So when S is pressed, I'm going to get my character to move 100 steps, so it will be roughly about that sort of length, and we'll see what that looks like. So I'm going to press the S key. There. Okay. I'm going to move him back. At the minute I'm going to have to manually move him back. So I need another bit of programming to move him back to there whenever I choose to. So under Events, maybe when I click the flag, I will get this character here. You can see these coordinates changing when I move my ladybird around. It's going to go to x minus 198 and y minus 99. So we're in that area there. So let's try that out. So I'll try moving mine manually and then clicking on the green flag, and yes, my ladybird goes back to that position. Okay, so that's good. So when S is clicked, he's going to go forward like it's programmed him to. Then I want him to maybe turn left and go forward 100, and then left again, and forward 100, and then left again, back to the starting position. So if I do that now, I'm going to turn left. Well, that will be 90 degrees, because it's a four-sided shape, so 360 divided by 4 is 90. And then I'm going to get him to move forward, or I can just actually duplicate these. Duplicate again, and one more time duplicate again. So if we see that happen, S key, it happened so fast we didn't even see it. Okay, so maybe I might need to slow this down a little bit. So if I slow it down and add a couple of waits in there, so I'm going to wait 1 second between each action, and you can see I'm moving there. Okay, but that's a lot of code. I'm going to delete that, and what we need is under Control a repeat. So I'm going to repeat it 4 times because it's a square. And there you go, it's doing exactly the same thing. If I only did it 3 times, we'll probably finish up around this point here. Yep. Okay, so it's stopped there. So I'm going to click on my green flag. He's facing the wrong way though now, so if I click S again, he's going to go off down the bottom. So I need to fix that. So I need him to face to the right all the time. So under motion, I'm going to get him to point in direction 90. So when I click on my flag now, there you go, it's pointing to the right, 90 degrees. Okay, you can choose whichever direction you want. It's important to remember that when you're going through these programs that first of all it will do this, then this, okay, and then it will flow down in a logical manner. So when the S key is pressed, it's going to repeat these things in that order. So it's not going to turn 90 degrees to the left first of all, it's going to move 100 steps first of all. So if I press my S key, there we go. Oh, change that to 4. When I click on my green icon now, you should move back and then face right. That's great. Okay, so it'd be nice to get him to draw as well. So I'm going to go to pen, and then I'm going to get pen down, and then pen up when it's finished. So he's going to put an imaginary pen down on the paper or on my stage. There we go, he's drawn a line. Okay, that's great. So we've drawn a square. So what about a triangle? If I want him to draw a triangle, I can just duplicate this, and we'll change this S to something logical, like a T, a triangle. Triangles have 3 sides. 360 degrees divided by 3 is 120 degrees. Okay, so I'm just going to, oh, we've still got a square, so I need to get rid of that. So maybe under pen, I can have a clear action. So I could clear it whenever we press the green flag, like that. Or I can have another event, so maybe when my C key is pressed, that will clear it. So I'll draw my square, first of all. There's my square. And now I'll press my C key. Yeah, that's cleared it. Okay. So if I press my T key now, let's see if this works. Okay, great. I've got a nice equilateral triangle there. So that's a very quick, simple way to easily create shapes using Scratch.